Hello children, welcome to English with Kashish. Today we are doing The Future is Yours. Whose? Yes, absolutely correct. Yours. Who is looking at me? The children of today. The future is yours. How? How is it yours? Because you are the world. You are the people who will grow up and take care of the world. You will give the direction to how things run. Isn't it? How and how can we say that? Let's find out in this chapter from your third language, English. Okay? This is the lesson 1. The future is yours, which is in page number 93. So let's start the chapter. Now children, there is a Kannada proverb written here. I hope you all can read it. I am going to read it also for you. It is Jana ninge maatina pettu Koda ninge donne pettu. What does that mean? What does that mean? It means if you are intelligent enough, you will understand just like that. If you are not, if you mentally not understand and you're a buddhu, you will have to be given a stick. Yes, a beating. That's how you'll have to be understood. Correct. If you're not understanding by words, you will have to understand by beating. So it is said, if the children from beginning are not made to understand, they will become very light. They will take everything light. They will not be good in whatever they do. But from beginning, if the parents and teachers are strict with you, you will be good too. There is an example also given in this chapter. I am going to tell you how. Okay. So let's read the pre-reading activity. So this Kannada proverb, I hope you understood. Find out how does Rajaji teach a young ADC a lesson in discipline. Discipline, children, is very, very important. Don't take anything for light. I will tell you a very, very nice example from my life. There's a very close friend of mine who kept telling me for every meeting, for everything, she used to tell me, Kashish, if the meeting is at 3 o'clock, we should be there at 2:45. And I used to think, why 2:45? Let's just be there at 3. Why 3? 3:35. It's okay if the person waits for me. Correct? No. But then now I realize when I have to wait for someone, I feel very irritated and angry if I have to wait for someone. I have told them to come at 3 o'clock. Why aren't they coming at 3 o'clock? That means they are not taking their job seriously, and I will not give them full points. I will have a different mindset for them. Understood? So please take discipline seriously. You have a particular uniform to be worn in school, wear it. Wear it neat and tidy and ironed. Your shoes should be polished. Your studies, your work, everything should be very nicely done on time. Your room, your things, your belongings, everything should be perfect. And that's how you will be a better citizen, a better human being. And you will be a very, very successful person. I am 100% sure of it. Moving on. Through a simple example, Minu Masani has tried to impress that we, the Indians, are not disciplined. I agree to this completely. Do you agree with the author? Let's find out. Have a discussion or debate after studying the article, The Future is Yours. Study the poem by Abraham Lincoln and arrange a debate on the theme of the poem. So let's start the poem. Are you all ready? Come on. There is a poem at the end of the chapter that we will read later. Now a very small example is, don't you see garbage thrown everywhere in India? This is not to be seen anywhere else. But we throw everything as if our country is the garbage can. We should not do that. I see people spitting here and there just like that. Why do they do that? Isn't this your country? Isn't this your home? Isn't this your birthplace? So why dirty it? So this is a small example of how we Indians treat our country. We of our generation have made a mess of our country. What is making a mess of something? This is in your glossary, children. Be in a state of confusion. It's all very confused, the whole situation here. Affairs that, in my opinion, have no right to preach to young folk. What are young folk? Who are the young folk? The young men and women. So we people, our younger generation, have made a mess of everything around us. Every kind of generation, be it a male or a female. But as I have explained earlier, unless you look at yourself in the mirror, you cannot really tell whether or not you have brushed your hair. Now, what does this mean? You have to look at yourself in the mirror, and then only you will know what is wrong with you. If you have this in your mind that you're always right and there's nothing wrong with you, you can never improve yourself. Correct? So you have to look inside yourself to see if there's something wrong. This is a very small example that I have brushed my hair or not. How will you know? Only after you look into your mirror. Okay? Or is in the case of those who are in their adolescence. Adolescence means children aged between 13 and 19. This is called the teenager age also, or it is called the adolescence. That means you are 13, isn't it? So you're adolescent. You have shaved or forgotten to do so. This is a very small example of discipline, right? But that can happen, isn't it? There is a very interesting story about what happened in Rashtrapati Bhavan when Mr. C. Rajagopalachari, popularly known as Rajaji, this is Rajaji, was the last Governor General after the British handed over the power. After British handed over the power, who was the power of general? Mr. Rajagopalachari, also known as Rajaji. Who was he? Last Governor General. After when? When British handed over the power to us Indians. One of his ADCs, what is ADC? Police personnel posted to protect the governor. Aide de camp, alright, this is also called aide de camp. He is a police personnel which is posted to protect the governor. What is it called? ADC. So one of his ADCs forgot to shave that morning and joined Rajaji at breakfast. Okay, so Rajaji, who had a dry sense of humor, he was a little humorous fellow, decided to teach the young man a lesson in a very amusing way. Now he did not like anyone coming to his meeting in a very haggard manner, like torn clothes, unironed clothes, bad shoes, not shaven, not brushed hair. He did not like that. So how did he teach him a lesson? I am sorry, you are not well today. He said to the young ADC, you look very sick. You must see a doctor immediately. I suggest you skip breakfast today. He did not let him eat breakfast. He told him, you look very sick. I think you should skip breakfast and see a doctor today. Now obviously he was confused. Thus dismissed, the young man went to his room and stood in front of a mirror to find out what was wrong with him. He then realized he had not shaved that morning, and when he had not shaved that morning, he was not looking too fresh, isn't it? At lunchtime, when he reappeared after shaving, Rajaji said, I am so glad to look at you. You look so much better. The doctor's medicine has already started working. Who's the doctor? Rajaji is the doctor. What did he teach him right now? Discipline. Should you be coming to a meeting like this? No. But did he tell him just like that? You can't not shave and come. Go and shave and come. What did he say? You don't look too well. Go see in the mirror. There's something wrong with you. You should skip breakfast and meet the doctor. So isn't that a wonderful way of telling? Yes. We must, therefore, look at our failings, which of course we have in common with the rest of humanity. We shall then be in a much better position to consider how to shed these deficiencies and move ahead. Children, it's okay to accept your behavior, bad behavior, your mistakes, your shortcomings. If there's something wrong with you, it is okay to correct yourself. Don't feel that because you are like this, it's okay for people to tolerate you like this. Why? Right? It's wrong. If there's anything which someone is telling you that you should improve, work on it. Work harder on it. It is better for you, for humanity too. Okay? I want a promise of that. That is a task you children and younger people in India have to face. Okay? I am sure you will be able to do that very successfully when time comes. We Indians are more talented than most of the other people. The education in our country is much more of higher standard than any other country, and that's why we Indians settle so beautifully wherever we go. If you see the any kind of government all over the world, most of the staff is Indian. So we are very, very talented than most of the countrymen, everyone. So please use it wisely. Change yourself. Be a better human being, okay? You have it in you. We are blessed with good brains and a capacity to do big things. This is what our doctors, engineers, and teachers do when they settle abroad in more advanced countries. Correct? Our doctors, engineers, teachers, everyone who've traveled all over the world, who are so successful wherever they go, they tell us our brains are much more sharper than anyone, and have the benefit of two things which are deprived of in our own land. Now, when we are so brainy, we travel abroad, we go out and settle. Why can't we use that talent in our own country and flourish our own country? Isn't that a thought to think about? The first of these is encouragement and opportunity. Okay? Neither our government nor our leaders encourage those who do something new or something big. Why are these people going abroad? Why aren't these people settling here in India? Firstly, there is no encouragement. Our government doesn't encourage people who are brainy or have scholarships. Abroad universities are giving such beautiful scholarships. There is no encouragement given to these children here in our country, and plus there are no lot of opportunities here in our country. There are much more opportunities everywhere else. On the contrary, we are apt to pull them down because we have glorified envy, which is a vice, which is a fault. It is not good, right? What is envy? Envy is jealousy. The other thing we do not have in India is discipline. So what the author wants to say here is we are always jealous of even our own people. Even in India, if your neighbor is doing well, you are jealous and you don't like it. You are giving negativity there, right? You don't like it when someone is more successful than you. This is a very Indian thing to do. You are not very happy with someone else's growth or success. Another thing about Indians is discipline. Discipline in every Indian is lacking. They reach late everywhere, right? They are known to be late. Indians are known to be late everywhere. The discipline is a problem. As soon as an Indian is provided with discipline and encouragement or opportunity, he can go places. Why don't we start doing this in our own country? Why don't we get little disciplined, and why don't we have the little bit of encouragement and opportunities in our own countries? So it will be in no time our country will be on top of the world. We can do by paying need. That means give attention. Paying need, what does that mean? It means to give attention to some very wise words that fell from the lips of a great American. Who was this American? President Abraham Lincoln. So the president at that time, Abraham Lincoln, said some beautiful words. Okay, we are going to see those words. What are these words? These are the words. You cannot bring about prosperity by discouraging thrift. Okay, if you are only telling someone not to steal or something, you can't bring up prosperity. I hope you understand. You cannot strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. If there is a strong person, you can't make him feel down to make the weak person feel stronger. What you have to do, you have to make the weak person more stronger. That's how you will have more stronger people in the world. You cannot help the poor by destroying the rich. You can't tell the rich person to empty his bank account and give the poor person so that he also becomes poor. No, you have to encourage the poor person to be strong enough to earn more and reach to the middle class. That's when you will have more of high earned people. Okay? Very beautiful way of making you understand how you can have a developed country. You cannot establish sound security on borrowed money. You will not be secured if all your money is borrowed. You have to earn on your own. It should be your own money for security reasons. You cannot keep out of trouble by spending more than you earn. Right? You cannot keep out of trouble by spending more than you earn. That's a very, very Indian thing to do. They spend more, they show off more when they have very little. Right? It's an Indian saying, jitna chadar utna pair. So this is what your capacity is, be there. Don't spend more than that. Save, save, save more. Okay? You cannot build character and courage by taking away man's initiative and independence. You cannot build a person's character by taking away their independence. You cannot help men permanently by doing for them what they could do for themselves. You have to let people do things by themselves. You can't always hold hand of people and walk away, right? Like, I will give you a very small example. You know how a butterfly is formed? A caterpillar, right? So there's a caterpillar first, and then there's a pupa. Do you remember that life cycle of a butterfly? So the pupa, once a small baby got the pupa home, and she was feeling very bad that the butterfly is not able to come out. She was not able to flutter her wings. So she helped the pupa to break, and the butterfly came out on her own, but she felt very, very happy. But you know what her mother said? In few days, the butterfly died. How did she die? Because when the butterfly is coming out of the pupa is the time that her wings are getting stronger. They are supposed to do that on their own, to have better wings, to have better muscles. And she helped him. She helped the butterfly. So her wings were not very strong, so she died very soon. So that's the time the butterfly has to come out of the pupa on its own. So people are supposed to do everything on their own. They are supposed to be strong. You can't always hold their hand and walk. Once you young people are provided with discipline and encouragement, what's the limit? The sky is the limit. That means you can achieve anything in life. You will be topmost. Do not wait for your parents or your teachers to take the lead. Don't wait for anyone to force you or tell you what to do. The poor dears are too old and set in their ways and may find it difficult to change. As you grow older, it's very difficult for you to change. So what you have to do, you have to change yourself in the beginning, in the starting. Don't wait for you to get old and then do something. Be strong and start from the beginning. Have that faith, have that understanding, have that power in you. The future of India. What? Whose future? India. India's future is in whose hand? Yes, your hand. You can make it. Will you? Yes. What do you have to say about this? Children, what do you have to say about this? Whose hand is India's future in? Absolutely your hand. So get that change, get that motivation, whatever, be it whatever your passion is, get it out and achieve it. We are all with you. So with this I finish this beautiful, beautiful chapter, and that's why, my children, we are here with SSLC Connect for you. We have all the chapters with all the answers and glossary. Please go through it and make us proud. Let's now solve some questions. So question 1, which is on page number 96. What does Rajaji teach a lesson in discipline to his young ADC? I know you all know this. One morning, Rajaji's ADC forgot to shave himself and joined him at the breakfast. Rajaji looked him and told him that he was not looking well and suggested to go to the doctor. Immediately, the young ADC went to his room and washed himself. Then he realized that he had not shaved, right? In this, Rajaji taught a lesson to his ADC of discipline. Okay. Moving on to question number 2. Who was Rajaji and what kind of a man was he? Rajagopalachari, popularly known as Rajaji, was the last Governor General of India before the British handed over the power to India, and he was a man of discipline. He wanted his committee to be completely disciplined. Question 3. What did Rajaji say about the Indians? What was his thought and opinions about the Indians? Rajaji said about the Indians that they are more talented than any other people and they are blessed with good brains and a capacity to do big things. Also, Our food intake, we Indians have a lot of immunity because we eat rich food with loads of good stuff, right? Healthy stuff, and also a lot of ghee. So we are much more powerful in our immunity. Question 4. When is the sky limit for the young men? The sky is the limit for the young men when they are provided with discipline and encouragement and opportunities. Question 5. What is the opinion of Meenu Masani about young people in our country? The opinion about Meenu Masani is about the young people of our country. That is, not to wait for their parents and teachers to take the lead. The future of India is in whose hand? Is in your hands. Who's Meenu Masani? She's written this poetry, and she also tells us about Abraham Lincoln's poetry. Alright? So she says that the future of India is in the youth, you, the Indians. And with this, we are at the end of the future is yours. But I'm sure the start of the future of our country, our India, is in your hands, which begins right now, just after you switch off this video. Join hands to make this country a beautiful country. Let's be proud of our India and make it at the topmost of the world. Let's be proud to be Indians. The future is in our hands, guys. Let us rock it. I sign out with this, Kashish Chuk. I'll see you soon, but with another chapter. Bye-bye.